who won this trade? Is there an advantage for either side?
Well, you have to look at the money. I think Detroit won big time. And you look at just dumping that contract, $20 million a year. That's a lot of money, folks. A lot more than we're making here on the water cooler. And then you look at Ian Kinsler, a defensive second baseman, can make a lot of plays. He was the 30-30 guy just a few years ago. So he has the ability. And then with Prince, where were the postseason numbers? What happened to Prince? He came up short. Cabrera was good. Kind of the MVP,
I'm going to disagree. I think Texas won this trade. Shockingly, Evan and I disagree on baseball. But I think you look at it, Prince Fielder balances out Texas' lineup, right? They had Adrian Beltre and a bunch of guys who couldn't really hit home runs that well once Cruz got suspended. Kinsler just had his worst year in 4 or 5 years, right? He wasn't as fast as he has been. Still a solid second baseman defensively. But the big thing is, Texas has the best prospect in baseball in Profar at the same position as Kinsler, right?
But you could argue Detroit has a great third base prospect too coming up.
They absolutely do. It actually works really well for both sides, but I think that Texas gets the better side of it because they have a guy who's arguably better than Kinsler or as good that now gets to play, and he wasn't even mentioned in the trade at all.
Now, are you concerned at all that Texas is going to have to pay Prince Fielder, who's 5'11", 275, 29,
all these contracts,
all this money
all these long contracts
are
terrible, though, right? But Texas also didn't pay Josh Hamilton, right? And they didn't end up with some of these other guys. So if you only have one outrageous contract on the books and you're a team with that much revenue,
well, Beltre's coming up
you can get away with it. But the thing is, he'll be old enough that he's not going to get that 8-9 year deal. He's going to get a lot of money, but if they only have one super long contract on the books, they're going to be fine.
Now, can we talk about Detroit a little bit? How does this impact their lineup now that they're thinking long term about where Cabrera can fit into the team long term?
The pressure shifts to guys like Torrey Hunter, Victor Martinez, some more older, experienced guys. But then, folks, a 2-time MVP. I did win it twice.
Shouldn't have won it either time.
Miguel Cabrera is going to be in the middle of this lineup producing even more opportunities. Yeah. Yes, he doesn't have the protection, but all that means is more opportunities for him to step up and make big base hits, drive-in runs, things like that.
Plus, a big thing is that last year Detroit pretty much had 3 designated hitters, right? Prince Fielder, Miguel Cabrera, and Victor Martinez, none of whom are good fielders. Right? No pun intended there. But Prince is gone. Miguel moves back to first base.
Prince missed 8 games over 13 years. He's a great defensive first baseman.
But the thing is, Miguel moves back to first base, which makes up a big difference, right? When it comes to, I can see that, Evan. It makes a big difference because they are terrible at third base. Martinez can go to first base if Miguel needs to DH a little bit. Now they have 2 guys for those 2 spots, opposed to 3 for 2 spots because Miguel was out of
Incredible
place.
that we are getting so much baseball out of Callan this week. See what you do, Evan. You have such a moving impact on the show.